Okay, so I noticed people were saying that LeetCode doesn't really apply to real world situations. And that may be true, but in essence LeetCode is just a structure of how questions are being asked. And I came across a real world situation where I was trying to calculate file size within my C drive, and I didn't want to trust external software being installed to figure that out. So I decided to create my own, and I converted it into a LeetCode-style question for you guys to see. So the question is, you're given a directory path represented as a string, and each directory can contain files and subdirectories similar to a tree structure, where the directories are nodes and the files are leaf nodes. So the task is to basically compute the total size of all files given a directory, including the files inside subdirectories. There's this helpful function where you can, access the size. So here's an example. You have your folder path right here, and there's a file. Then there's a folder with 2 more files, and there's another folder with another file. So the added up is 10 plus 2 plus 8 plus 4, which is 24 kilobytes. Now, here's another example. It's an empty folder. So you can assume that the folder is empty, which means the output's 0. So when you take a look at this type of question, you can actually use your LeetCode knowledge to code it up, assuming you've done some sort of traversal study. So, BFS or DFS. In this case, I feel like DFS would be a lot easier. The idea where you'd have the base case, where if there's a path, you would then return the size. And otherwise, you're just going to iterate through each of the items within the directory, and then append to a total size, and then you're going to return the size. So let's code that up. Okay, so I created just a template here with pathlib and then import path. And the reason you need that is because that way you can get your path. So here's my path. Okay, so here's our base case, right? Our base case is if path is file, then we're going to return the path.stat.st size, which is the file size. Otherwise, we're going to have a total size is equal to 0, and then we're going to iterate through each item, and we're going to iterate through each of the values within the directory, and then we're going to append the recursive item. Okay, then we're going to return the total size. Okay, so now let's test this out. So we have a folder path. We're going to use, let's just use the one right next to me. So passport renewal, which was our previous question we solved. We're going to have size, let's do size in bytes, is equal to give folder size recursive folder path. Okay, and then, let's just print something out. So f total size, and then we're going to do the size in bytes. Divided by, let's do 1024 squared, and then let's do 2 decimal places, and then that would be a megabyte. Okay, and let's try this out. And our total size is 1.67 megabytes, and that makes sense because it's just a couple photos and the Python file and a document. And so yeah, that's the solution to this problem, and I hope this helped. If not, that's okay, but feel free to subscribe and like anyways. All right, talk to you later.